इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
A very good afternoon, all the dear friends. The entire Franchise India team welcome all of you to our Bharat Franchise Show. This is a special webinar hosted by Gaurav sir, where our aim is to provide the maximum business opportunities within a span of 2 hours for you. We have invited some of the prominent brands, their directors, as well as top management so that they digitally interact with you, showcase their business model with you. We welcome all the brands owner, all the investors, and today we are representing top brands starting from retail, healthcare, education, and whatnot. But to give you a more prospect about this particular brand webinar, I invite Gaurav sir. He's the chairman at Franchise India. He'll hosting this particular webinar and will take all your queries. Thank you so much, Gaurav sir, for joining in today. May I request you to formally start and welcome all our guests. Over to you, Gaurav sir.
Thank you, Archana, and thank you for hosting this. Welcome, friends, and welcome to Bharat Franchise Show. This is an initiative which we have brought back in the 3rd edition. We have already done 2 editions. This was a very successful edition. We ran for 100 straight days, every day webinar and different opportunities to be presented. Now we have taken it, and every Sunday the Bharat Franchise Show happens. We aggregate brands which we feel are very relevant for current times. You have to understand that we have passing through these very unique times where the uncertainty is very big, and you are always wondering that what kind of business opportunity you should invest on, which would be relevant at these times, would continue to grow, would also sustain you in this period. So we have actually picked up those opportunities today. So we have very, very special 6 opportunities which I think in not only relevant for these times but also would have extreme growth, rather take advantage in these times. And so before we get into introducing our first panelist and first speaker of the day, it's very important for you when you're taking a decision to start your own business to look at a few things. One is how you really select the right brand or an opportunity. And that has to be done by understanding a little more deeper into the industry which you want to invest. Because sometimes you just jump into a brand and look at a return on investment for that particular brand and opportunity, but you don't have a complete understanding what it takes to really that business and that industry and the competition and the past performance of that business and so on and so forth. So it's very important for you to put a depth in that industry itself. Always ask difficult questions. There is no problem in asking difficult questions. And today also, if you have questions, use the Q&A box, ask as many questions. At our I and my team would take up these questions and take it with the panelist and on your behalf. So very important. Another thing which you have to really look at is your financial goal. What is your own financial goal? Is the brand which you're selecting would be able to fulfill your current goal, also the future next 4 or 5 years, would it meet your expectation? That's extremely important. Another, what kind of resources it takes to run that business, because every business has a lot of commitment required, and sometimes it's just not money. Money is very small part of that commitment. It can be your time, how much time you can devote to the business. It can be also other strategic value which you can bring into the business. So it's very important. I call the 4 fits. Every business needs these 4 fits: strategic fit, financial fit, operational fit, and marketing fit. You need to really see how you're complementing in all 4 when you're selecting a business. And finally, when you've selected the business, it takes a lot of commitment from you as an entrepreneur. So you need to really be somebody who is ready to commit to that. One very important aspect I will leave you with is training. You need to train yourself as an entrepreneur, somebody who understands that business well. A lot of time people come to us and say, get us a business where I will get all the support from the franchisor. I tell them that, why are you taking that business yourself? Because every business which you start, it's your startup. The only benefit you will get is the brand would give you know-how, but it is going to be your startup. So if you're not trained on your own startup, you're not really understanding what it takes to run the business, you'll never be very successful. So always tell the company you partner with that you need a formal training. You need a training for maybe 7 to 10 days and completely understand every aspect for the business. Rather than asking for support, get for a lot of training. Sport is important. The sport you need to get from the brand, marketing, you need to get from all the other areas are very important. But the most important element in any franchise relationship is the kind of training you get, because you need to train yourself to run and operate that business. So this is a little bit from my side. I will like to pass it on to Archana back to introduce our first panelist, who would be presenting today's opportunities. And we have 6 opportunities, as I understand, and all 6 are unique opportunities, very relevant for current times.
So thank you so much, Gaurav sir, for starting and addressing all our investors. The first business opportunity which we are bringing for all of you is Mumbai Chai. As name indicates, they come from Bombay. And today we invite Mr. Sanjeev to talk about Mumbai Chai. It's a low investment cafe concept for all of you. Thank you, Sanjeev, for joining in today. May we request to start with the presentation?
Yeah, thanks, Archana. Thanks, Gaurav. And good afternoon, everyone. Very happy Sunday. So I'll straight away go to a small presentation, quickly take you through the brand offering and all other aspects of the business. Let's check. Hope you all able to see the screen and hear me very clearly. Yeah, thank you. So, Mumbai Chai is an award-winning concept of a micro chai cafe. It's basically a low investment, high profitable, zero royalty concept which we have built over a period of last 1.5 years. This brand is basically from Mumbai, as it sounds from the brand itself. So the first of all, I will just take you to the brand outlet format. So it is a small format, as the name suggests, it's a micro cafe. The outlet is built in a 150 to 200 square feet high footfall area. So that means a low investment, and with a very quick and simple operations being conducted at the outlet. So it's very less manpower is required. Semi-skilled manpower is required. We don't require any chef or cook for the outlet, so that makes our life much more easier at the outlet level. So the overall operational cost also is on a lower side. We follow a hub and spoke model that ensures simple operation at the outlet level, the standardization and the consistency of the product and service that we provide, and almost zero wastage, right? So this particular brand ensures revenue through walk-in customers, takeaway customers, deliveries, subscriptions, online orders, and through merchandising. These are the different revenue streams. So this is how the brand outlet format operates. The menu has more than 40 plus items in our menu, so at an affordable price and easy and quick to make at the outlet level. So for customers, it's a cafe offering with more than 40 items in the menu. But for the investors, it is like more less than half of the investment that generally a cafe would attract to put up. Support that we provide is assistance in identifying the property. Location is very important in F&B business. So identifying the right property, we will assist you assist you. We will do the interior designing at no additional cost. Complete designing of the interior is done by us. And then outlet fit out and setup, we also will help you in setting up the outlet fit out and setup. In case if you have capability and resources to do the outlet setup, we will be happy to help you in doing so. The ultimate objective would be to make the investment as low as possible for you guys. We also will support you in recruitment of staff. The staff human resource is very important in F&B service, as we are into a service industry. So we also will help you in recruiting your staff, and then there will be an extensive training of the franchisee owners and staff on production and SOP. As rightly Gaurav said in his speech, it's very important that we make our franchisees self-dependent over a period of time. We are here to make you an entrepreneur, right? It's not about just letting you know about the products and the product training, but help you to make yourself capable of running your own outlet, running your own business, so that you become better entrepreneur over a period of time. So training plays a major role. Supply of key ingredients, as I mentioned, to make the operation simple at the outlet, it is very important that we support the franchisee at all aspect of the business, and we make sure that it is fulfilled. So supply of key ingredients also happens from our side. Unlimited training, during the course of the tenure. We continuously train you and your staff as and when it is required. As per your request, these trainings will be conducted. Unlimited creative and for promotions and marketing activities. There is another hidden hidden requirement that is there in F&B business, is that you would require quite a lot of marketing collaterals that is required to boost your business at the outlet level. So these expenses are pretty unregistered in many calculations. So here we provide those kind of supports to the franchisees. And of course, support and guidance in marketing and sales activities to boost your business at the outlet level. This is the 360-degree support that we provide to the franchisees during the course of the renewal. So the business revenues, as I said, we also help the franchisee to build their business in Zomato and Swiggy. And we also have our own online delivery portal, which we have developed and is in pilot stage. So we also will help the franchisees to build their business through our own online portal. So our responsibility is to get you different channels of revenues to build your business. And we also have a retail line, which are customers' favorites. So we help you to build a business on merchandising also. So we have got a retail line of business which will be available to you to earn revenues. Yeah, coming to the investment part. So this is the breakup of investment. So I have considered all cash requirement that is there to start the business. The franchisee fee is 2 lakh rupees, and the outlet setup will cost you around 4 to 5 lakh rupees. So this is an estimate, and it will be mostly on actuals, but majorly the investment will roam around 4 to 5 lakh rupees. Then there would be a rent brokerage. If you are going for a rented place, then the rent brokerage will be sought by the agents. That will be around 15 to 30 days of rent. And then the license fee, which will cost you around 10 to 15,000 rupees for the business licenses. And the returnable rent deposit for the landlord. You know, the landlord will ask you for a deposit that is around 3 to 6 months rent. So total, this is a total cash requirement, out of which the rent deposit is like it's not a sunk cost, so it is a deposit which will come back to you. So I'm not considering that as part of the investment. Rest of them are part of the investment. So you would require around 6 to 7 lakhs of investment to start this business. Yeah. So investment rationale. These are the main key points for you to consider Mumbai Chai. The low investment, low operational cost, high margin and ROI, quick payback period, zero royalty, company support, the chai time menu, pocket friendly price, simple operation, unlimited training, marketing guidance and support, and the strong supply chain that we have. So this is the overall rationale behind this investment, which you can consider if you are interested in cafe business, right? Yeah, that's it. From my side, it was a very short and crispy presentation. If you have any queries, questions that you may have, you can shoot at me. Archana, you can take it back and ask for
Yeah,
queries.
thank you.
So
Thank
now
you
I
very much.
invite Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, who is a director and a part of a top management at Franchise India. Sanjay, welcome. We were waiting for you, but thank you so much for joining the call. Now over to you. You would like to take all the queries.
Yes. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you very much for your time today. And there's a great presentation, and I'm sure it's a low cost business opportunity which really attracts everyone. And there are few questions. One question which is saying that what are the change charges after 5 years? Because someone who want to understand if I'm joining the brand, so 5 year is a term of agreement. So what would be the after 5 years? Is there any renewal fee which you charge? Agreement to how to get the renewal done?
Yeah,
That's a very important question.
so as you rightly said, the 2 lakh rupees franchisee fee is for first 5 years. We don't charge royalty, so that is a big bonus for the franchisees. Also, because the complete revenue belongs to them, and there is no revenue share, there is no profit share, no royalty during this 5 years tenure. After 5 years, the franchisee has an option to renew it at 50% of the franchisee fee, that is 1 lakh rupees plus GST. So that is what the charges will be for renewals.
That will be again for 5 years?
Yeah, that will be again for 5 years. Absolutely.
Very helpful. So are we offering FOCO model? Someone is asking, but I think FOCO model, it's a FOFO model which we are offering. Any idea on FOCO model? Because this is a very low cost opportunity. This is Mr. Vivek who is asking this. Just to inform him, so when we are talking about some low cost opportunities, these are all FOFO models which we are promoting. I think FOCO model is only available when you are looking for an investment of around 1 crore or 2 crore projects. Their companies would manage, they would want to manage the complete operational themselves, but it's a very small setup cost and just 7-8 lakh rupees an investment, which has to be a FOFO model. Any, you can also throw on light on this, please.
Yeah, you are absolutely right, Sanjay. I mean, this is a FOFO proposition that we are offering. FOCO model, as you rightly said, that needs to be on a larger scale to make it viable for both the parties. So this is precisely a small investment opportunity and highly profitable one. Yeah.
Correct. So in terms of marketing, what is the after once you some franchisee joins, what would be the marketing support? Someone is asking for BTL, ATL activities. If you can just throw some light on that also.
Yeah. So this particular format is, as I mentioned, the pricing is very affordable. The menu pricing is between 10 rupees to 60, 70 rupees. That is the range at which these products have been placed in front of the customers. So it attracts a huge volume of customers to the outlet. My outlet almost attracts 500 to 800 customers per day. So that is a volume of customers who walks into our outlet. It's more of a convenience store, right? Nobody is going to plan their visit to Mumbai Chai. It's an impulsive decision that they take to come to our outlet. So 75% of your customers are going to come from 1 kilometer radius, and then around 20% from 1 to 1.5 kilometers, and some 5% customers would really will walk 2 kilometers to come to our place. So that is a radius of catchment that we have for our brand. So to establish your outlet in this particular 1 to 2 kilometers radius, uh, it's pretty easy. It is pretty easy in the sense you will get to know about a new brand or new outlet coming near your vicinity within a month's time, right? So that is the time that you require to establish your outlet and brand. So what we generally do is to promote our brand at the BTL level, conducting certain very innovative promotions with low cost marketing expenses, and so that customers are able to experience our products and coming to our outlet and experience our products. So those kind of marketing campaigns have been done at the outlet, and moreover we also promote our brands in our social media platforms. We promote our online ordering, website in social media platforms to bring in more customers to our online portal and to business to respective outlets. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's very helpful. And what are the percentages for our franchisee in terms of the margins and how we are looking at this?
So this is the gross margin is an average of 50%, which is which is very good comparing to the sales price that we have, menu prices that we have. If you are selling one product for 10 rupees, you actually make around 5 rupees as a gross margin. So as a product sold at 60, 70 rupees also will get 50% margin. So if you look at F&B, most of the even high-end brands and high-end outlets generally operates at a 60 to 70% gross margin, uh, standards. So considering all the stuff, 50% is a very high gross margin for even this kind of a format. And the return of investment, I would say return on investment, and return of investment is like 10 to 12 months. In 10 to 12 months, you easily can recover your investment, and your risk becomes zero in your business, and your investment can be recovered from the business in 10 to 12 months. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So I think someone is asking for model. So we have discussed it's a FOFO model, franchise owned, franchise operated model. And another question, which was actually a very good question in terms of how you are, what is your vision and mission, how you are looking forward for creating a brand, brand development activities, what we are doing. Apart from, I can answer. So one step which is already done, that is coming on the Franchise India platform. So the branding has already been done. So apart from this, what all other activities you would be looking forward for building up the brand?
Okay, so we are four partners, four promoters who have experience in building successful brand in the past in F&B as well as out of other industries as well. We built a brand 20 years back. Most of you might have heard about that is Euro Kids Preschools. That is a large brand as on date with more than 1,200 1,200 preschools across 250 cities in India, and plus there are K-12 schools. So we have the similar vision. Once we have done it and it is possible to build similar large brand in future also. So we want to build this brand to more than 1,000 outlets in next 10 years, which is quite possible considering the potential. Even when I'm looking at 1,000, it is still on a conservative side. I mean, I could see a potential of more than 200 outlets in Mumbai MMRDA city alone, because that particular segment is very unorganized. So we are trying to make that segment organized, and there is a huge potential. And within last 6 months, we have actually done 10 outlets in Mumbai and 10 franchise outlets in Mumbai, and we have signed up one new outlet in Mysore, which is getting inaugurated on 11th of February. So we are already expanding quickly, and the post-COVID now the scenario is pretty upbeat, and people are willing to look at opportunities and trying to cover up the lost time of last 2 years. So we have got a great vision. Franchise India are going to play a major role in helping us building this network, and of course, the brand will also be built along as we grow. Yeah.
Great, that's very helpful, and I think thank you very much for your time. So before we sign off for today, with your presentation, so last comment from your side, maybe some tips why someone can join you and how long it is going to take, after joining to operationally, because someone who would like to invest, he would like to open the store and outlet immediate so that his business starts.
True. So identifying location is a very important key aspect of the starting the business. So we help you in identifying the right location. Once a location is identified, it will take around 3 to 4 weeks to set up, do the training, and we will be ready to operate. So that is a timeline that you can look at. So franchising is the stepping stone towards getting into a business world, right? If you want to really make it big, taking up a franchisee can be the first stepping stone, because there is a system, there is a process, there is an organization behind you to support you, to guide you, to get you into that business world. So I would say that this is a low investment, low risk, at the same time high profitable business. It is like you want to swim in an ocean and want to take the first step, getting into a 3 meter depth swimming pool with your life jacket, and trying to take that first lesson from your swimming coach. So that's how you need to look at it. Look at this. This is a great opportunity. I would suggest you to look at this and let us know. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sanjay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much for joining in today on Sunday. So it's a special day wherein we are inviting few credible brands which we are showcasing in this Bharat franchise show. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sanjay. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Sanjay.
much. Thanks, Sanjeev. Take care. Thanks. Now we invite Mr. Varun, who is a founder at Zorgas. Zorgas is a well-known professional and managed care at home. They started their journey 7 years ago, and they have already served 15,000 patient. It's India's leading direct-to-home healthcare service company. Thank you so much, Varun, for joining in today. We also welcome Namrata. She's a part of Varun's team. So over to you, Namrata and Varun, to talk about your brand.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you, Archana, for having us on the show today. Just allow me a minute's time. I'm just trying to plug the presentation. Just allow me a minute's time.
Sure.
I hope I have the rights for that.
Yes, yes, you are. You have the rights. You can easily do that.
I hope my screen is not visible.
Varun, we can see your folders. You have to open the PPT. We are able to see the screen, but it's showing your folders, different kind of the folders.
No, I think from my screen, I can see my PPT. Is it not there? Do you?
No, Sanjay, if you can confirm, because I'm able to see his
No, only
desktop.
folders is there. So you
Yes,
can,
yes.
once you open the folder.
No, I don't know. I mean, my screen shows the presentation.
So what you need to do is that just open the presentation and then share the screen.
Okay, just let me see. Just see, is it okay?
Yes, yes, it is
Yes,
okay.
thank
Make
you
it
so
full
much.
screen now.
Thanks.
Just a second. No. Anyways, if you allow, we can start.
Yes, Varun, we can start. We can see the PPT. It's there
Right.
on the screen.
So, guys, I think a very good afternoon to all of you who are there on the call today. Let me quickly introduce. Firstly, I'm a founder and CEO with Zoggers Home Healthcare. So, Zoggers, the journey that we've built for the last 8 years, it's all about improving the quality of life for dependent elders and bedridden patients. So essentially what we talk about is that any at given point in time, that if we today also talk about in India, so I would say statistically we are sitting at around 11% of a old age kind of a population, which is all set to turn out to be around 25% by 2030, which means that roughly we are talking about an industry which is going to cater to almost supporting say around 30 CR plus kind of a population by 2030, right? So, and Zorger is all about improving the quality of life for both the segments of dependent elders as well as bedridden patients. So when we talk about our solutioning, it is more towards the entire care programs that we have is in terms of level 1, 2, and 3 kind of a support. So when there is you have today what we see in terms of trends, what is happening in India is that you see a lot of migration which is happening, right? So we all we have become too busy in our lives. I mean, most of us have to leave their hometowns, especially when we talk about a tier 2, 3 kind of a town. So we end up migrating. So because of our career progression or other priorities in life, we are moving to bigger cities like metros or tier A, or many of us become NRIs, right? So leaving behind the loved ones and especially the old age people in a particular age group. And whenever there is some kind of a medical emergency back at home, or while old age itself requires a lot of attention and a care, I mean, especially when we use the word dependent elder, right? So एक तो वो हो गया हिंदुस्तान में people who are turning say 60 plus, who's like a senior citizen, but at the same time we're talking about a diaspora, which is like people who have become dependent because of either temporary disability due to a medical situation, or in general I would say a regular take care which is required. So in that way, the Zorgers is like has envisioned itself to be a direct to home healthcare services, where on the supply side we've been providing, we are organizing the complete the healthcare professional ecosystem. Current the pool of workers that we have is around 4,500, which is a right mix of medical attendant, nurses, doctors, and physios. And then on the other side, we have a lot of medical equipment, right? So whether we talk about a basic bed, walker, wheelchair kind of a series, or we talk about things which are more in terms of intensive, like the respiratory systems, like the oxygen management at home, oxygen concentrators, BiPAP, CPAP, ventilators, right? So when we look at a Zorger's delivery model, so the Zorger's is structured to provide a very basic level of a support, which is something we call as assisted living come companionship kind of a support, to as high as which is very, very highly intensive, or a critical care support system at home. So things are well managed right from the point of inception way back in 2014 through the use of technology, right? So we have each touch point of a business is tech enabled, right? So it's, though it is a physical healthcare delivery model largely, but backed by a great technology backend, right? So we have an in-house CRM, we have an Android app where is this workforce of caregivers, which is, I mean, we use the word caregivers in this case, which is a general term that we use for the, the people who are the healthcare professionals. So I mean, either it can be a doctor, it can be attendant, it can be a nurse, it can be a physiotherapist, speech therapist, or to that matter, anybody who is a care renderer, right? So, and then there is a care seeker, so the family who's looking for a support. So that's, or and the terminology goes like, so I mean, the key decision makers of our business, which is a buyer of our services, is generally, a son or a daughter who's generally an NRI, or somebody who's sitting in a bigger town, or I would say, or they are NRIs, and they are looking to support their parents in a particular age group, right? While if we talk about the, in a real sense, the way the business has evolved, it is not essentially just an NRI segment or a migrant story. So while still in terms of the Zorger's overall numbers, if we talk about 50% of our clientele still continues to be towards the migrants and NRI, but then there is another 50% who are the local people. Today, I mean, in term again, we all would agree to a fact that largely we've become too busy in our lives, and right. So while in terms of livelihoods and all, when there is a a situation like such where there is an old person who's needing a care back at home, either it is our parents, grandparents, or to that matter, anyone, a loved one in a family, or especially when there is a medical episode. So medical episode, which is a short term in nature, generally we are able to manage time and energies, right? So agar hafta 10 दिन का कोई episode हुआ, but when it is a long term, right? So somebody turning a paralytic in nature, somebody developing some kind of a long term disability, it can be a cancer patient also. Somebody just went through, let's say, a knee replacement, hip replacement kind of a surgery, other going through a dialysis kind of a support system at home. So Zorgers is there for entire life cycle, right? So you can have us just for a daycare kind of a supports, having an just an injection administration at home, or some kind of a dressing at home, to as high as something like a complete ICU setups at home, from one day to a lifelong kind of a services. That's how the brand has been built till date, right? So we'll talk about the high level touch points, right? So when we talk about the market positioning of Zorgers, I would say, in terms of the the overall competitive landscape that we have in terms of price versus quality. So I would say, Zorger is somewhere towards the the mid of pyramid. I mean, in terms of the pricing, we are fairly well structured in terms of the other competitions in the region. So other competition, I would say largely there are three ways to look at the competition in this industry. While the industry largely continues to be unorganized, so hence there is a great scope to organize it to multifold, right? So even after a journey of 8 years, I can tell you, I mean, players like us would have been able to bring it to an organized segment to around 15 to 17% by now, and still larger part of the market is still unorganized, which talks about a huge potential. The second thing is the lot of initiative which has come from the hospital partners, like the bigger hospital corporate chains have come up with their home healthcare as one of the verticals, but that's again limited to their own set of discharged patients. And like for example, a Max Home Healthcare or a Fortis, or to that matter, Apollo would be providing such services, but only specific to the patients they're being discharged. And it, the kind of focus which is required to build this kind of a business is completely missing out there. But yes, there is a competition. We talk about the bigger hospital chains, then we talk about the smaller regional players who are there. But yes, as a nutshell, 85% of the market still continues to be unorganized, where Zorgas has started its journey in the franchise space. So right in, if we talk about today, I mean, though now slide is talking about 7, very recently we completed our 8 years and roughly around 12 million hours of caregiving that we talk about. Okay. And right. So the team that we can see on the team, it's the right mix of both, the medical and the, the management professionals who've been running the show. I being one of the principal founders, being well supported by the people who are managing it both medically. It's a doctor like Vineet Sagar, who's a full time with us in terms of, he's himself a neurosurgeon, and he takes care of the entire medical protocols to a larger extent. Then we have Anil, who comes from a great technology background, right? And Vinay, who takes care of the strategy and finance piece. In terms of our unit operations, I mean, we are present right now. We are operating 10 units. So 6 are company owned and 4 are, the franchise owned businesses by now. And South Delhi was the recent entry that we made. And besides that, we are in Ahmedabad, we are in Ambala and Ludhiana through the franchise route. And the rest of the units are being operated by company itself, right? Just talking about more depth, deep in terms of the numbers, like the growing lifestyle diseases pattern, why the fueling, like the stroke episode, heart episodes, the the end stage kidney disease, the numbers itself on the screen talks about the volume of support which the people need at home. Okay, and how we are trying to manage the whole show is by creating a lot of the organized supply of nurses and attendants, the well-defined training programs, right? So I mean, we are very closely working with the Ministry of Skill Development, the healthcare skill councils across, I would say, India by now, in terms of getting the best of talent in the industry towards this industry, right? So making sure that I mean, any client which is going to trust our services gets the best of people, the trustworthy and the skilled caregivers for supporting their loved ones. And the major nutshell is about the continuum of a care, because when we compare an unorganized market versus things being managed by Zorgers, it is all about ensuring the peace of mind for somebody who's going to avail the services, right? So we cannot think about anybody who's trying to avail a service and tomorrow not aware कि अच्छा जैसे आज उन्होंने they intend to start a home healthcare started. It is not that कि आपने आज अच्छा service देना है. Every day the service quality has to be good, and making sure there are proper backups, right? So if the nurses who has started the services today, tomorrow the nurse is not going to turn up, and there you have a bedridden patient at home. So it can be a evac, a very an awkward situation for you. So when you don't have anybody, and normally it happens when you are trying to experiment with a mom and pop shows, or there are the unorganized market. So that's where the real difference comes into picture. So I will more specifically would like to talk about the overall the roadmap, the way the city or a unit franchise, because the current discussion that we have opened, or uh, uh, right now the franchise model from our side is again FOFO, which is franchise owned, franchise operated, and what we provide is a unit franchise model. So where we allow the partners to build a city of up to a potential of say 25 lakh kind of a population, the relevant 25 lakh population, which means the you have an HNI and upper middle class, the people who are able to afford these nature of services. So we see that there is a the city starts from a direct to home kind of a space, which is more like service and equipment rental kind of a model. Jab, first phase is all about getting entry as a direct to home healthcare. Then we add a lot of value added services, which is in the form of insurance as a service, pharmacy as a support, diagnostic support, right? So there is a lot of integrated healthcare that we bring in the phase two. And then the third phase is about the direct to the institute business and the talent management, which is where we start turning out to be more like a B2B. Like for example, any hospital, any corporate who will be there in the city, right, or in your region that you're operating. So we not only providing the support to the the direct to consumer in a home environment, but we also start supporting a lot of the hospital partners, right? So because when you say that you've already created a workforce pool of, let's say 500 odd nurses, or let's say attendants in the region, or a therapist in the region, so you also start enabling all that corporates and hospitals in the region, right? And then and the idea of even somebody wanting a medical room kind of a service to be created in an organization, like if I'm an IT company and if I want some kind of the healthcare ecosystem within my premises, so that's where also the Zorgers will help you build that, right? So whether it is like having all an emergency room kind of a service, or a doctor teleclinic kind of a thing, so everything is being managed in this third phase, right? So if we typically look at the numbers, so we can talk about the city. The first year itself, you can think of making like a 1 CR kind of a revenues, right? So by a workforce pool, roughly, I would say if you create 35 to 50 people on ground, right? So and with all segments of direct to home value added services, we are able to make roughly around 1 CR kind of a revenues. And typically the business operates at a gross margin of 30 to 32%, right? And then this is how we are talking about the net margins, right, around 8 to 12%. And the overall investment size that we are talking about is 25 lakhs at a unit level, out of which the major component goes towards the medical equipment, around 8 to, just give me a sec. So we talk about a franchise fees, equipment side, unit outfits, office equipment, trade licensing, and launch marketing, right? So मोटा एक शहर के अंदर जो चाहिए हम the see, when we talk about equipment, so this is we are talking about largely the assets only, right? So it is more like that the medical inventory at a highly discounted way, or I would say it's more like the back-to-back tie-ups which the company has been able to do for the last 8 years to bring the best practice and the most negotiated and quality products to you. And these equipments are further used in the revenue cycle when we lease out or sale these equipments to the customers in your region, right? Because the larger part of in the majority of the time, anybody who's getting discharged from a hospital so may need the services for a short term, like the equipment side. For example, किसी को बेड की जरूरत सिर्फ 10-15 दिन तक हो सकती है, महीना हो सकती है, 2 महीने हो सकती है. So it's better to lease out rather than buy, right? Or if there is a long term requirement, you can sell those equipments, right? So Zorgers will help you provide the best of medical equipments, the entire range of medical equipments, and these are like assets in your balance sheet, right? So you already have roughly around 10 to 12 lakh investment of the overall investment in a franchise business towards medical equipment. Then there is a unit outfits like setting up a local office of around 300 to 350 square feet, very near to, I would say, some kind of a hospital premises. Then you have an office equipment, setting up that, some kind of a trade licenses, launch marketing budget, and including say this what it is missing in on 25 lakhs in this slide is a 5 lakh for roughly around your working capital gap, which is roughly for about 3 to 4 months. We can imagine the ROI in 12 to 15 months with a break-even point between 6 to 9 months, right? And this is roughly talking about the cost which is involved, like a marketing budget of roughly 3.5%, referral another 3%, right? Typically, who's an ideal fit for our business? I think so. The way Zorgers as a founder framework, we look at the partners, the franchise partners. So while a very important keynote point from our side is that while this business, like any business, is highly profitable and and lucrative, keeping in mind the current pandemic wave going on, and we all know the potential of healthcare these days, right? It's not a rocket science that we are talking about. Everybody of us on the call today knows the potential of healthcare, right? And given the fact that how the healthcare has started coming back at home, right? But at the same time, the the operational excellence is something that we really look at, and the most important thing is that besides the profitability in a business, or it is the social impact this business creates, right? So we talk about roughly the I mean the lot of dependent elders and patients who get a lot of a great quality of life by virtue of these services, right? So which is a great positive outlook towards the business. A lot of youngsters, right? So is getting a job opportunity, right? So we at in our own capacity we have created a job of around 4,500 people till now, and company aspires to create at least a 1 lakh kind of a workforce in next 3 to 5 years kind of a time. This is going to possible by having the right connects, by having the right partners only. And this is how the role of a franchisee, again, as a getting you a snapshot. So setting up an office, preferably near a multi specialty kind of a hospital, to reach out to the doctors in terms of your PR or an awareness kind of a program. And then home healthcare, it's more like the staff management, right? See, the hand holding of these local people is something that your responsibility, and the inventory management, right? So this is I mean, you again expect a lot of training from our side, right? So the entire training of your key people as well as the business on the franchise owner on a regular basis is something that Zorgers completely assures you on that part. This is slide talks about the overall support that you can expect. The network of manpower suppliers would mean that at the end of the day, this if this business largely needs a lot of local caregivers and nurses, right? So this is where, by virtue of our experience and our tie-ups, that we will help you build that workforce at a local level, right? The complete technology support is provided by our side, the centralized lead management, including the element of medical call center and sales manage, the sales call center. So by whether the lead comes online or whether the lead comes offline, so converting the lead, doing the effective follow-up is again the Zorger's responsibility, and what you get to serve is like a converted customer only, right? So complete social media management, the centralized care planning system, which is a medical call center. Aligning with a bigger corporate hospitals is again a part of our job, right? So that we bring on the table, and a medical equipment supply, which it is at a kind of a throwaway price for you. So again, a reiteration of what we talked about, a great, it's an evolving Indian opportunity when we talk about the migrant population, the overall healthcare ecosystem evolving, especially after the pandemic, in the brand positioning. So we are well placed in terms of after our 8 experience, in terms of how to really make sure, because this business required a lot of process, a lot of know-how in terms of how to create a right impactful service brand, right? Because the life is involved, right? So we are not talking about just delivering a pizza at home. It is more like ensuring the care for someone, that too on a daily basis, right? So there is a process framework which is required, the great training which is required, so know-how which is required. So this is where the Zorg as a brand is well positioned. So that's about from my side. I think I'm open for questions. Archana, Sanjay ji, anything from your side?
Thank you, Varunji. Thank you very much. I think your presentation is completely, you have given all the details and you have covered all the points. Thank you very much for your time also today. So few questions. One was asking regarding the profile of the investor. So is it mandatory to have a medical background to start this business?
Not greatly, Sanjay ji. I think as I introduce myself only, I'm myself a non-techie, non-medico, who has started this journey. I think it is, yes, because by virtue of what we bring on the table for the last 8 years of experience. So I think the profile, I would say somebody who is more service bent or service oriented person, right? So for people who want to create, who have either worked, let's say, even in a BFSI kind of an industry, having being a part of the healthcare is definitely an advantage, right? I can say that's an advantage, but not a mandatory thing. But yes, it can be a defense background people who have been in a great service kind of an environment. It can be a BFSI professional, who have been in either in insurance or in a banking industry, right? So those are the typical profiles. Anybody who has a great service band, even the IT professionals, right? So we all are IT. I'm running one of my in our own capacity plus 2 units, which is currently being owned. Both are like IT professionals, and we have a doctor family by the second generation of the MBA professionals who are running this venture.
Great, very helpful. And what are the go-to locations right now when you are having the complete focus? It's another question.
I think from our side of from our point of view, right? So we are greatly looking to add more partners in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, right? So that's an immediate thing. While we at the same time we are equally focused in terms of to support the majority of tier 2 towns, both in to start with, I would say more focused towards the north and west, followed by south and east.
Very helpful. Thank you very much. I think there are a lot of questions we can just ask them because these are all the questions which you have already covered in the presentation. So I think that was very self-explanatory, your presentation. So for details, more details, we have our hotline number also. We would request all our investors, if you have further any question, we'll get in touch with you shortly. And then we'll take the right applications to the brand owners also directly. So Varunji will definitely meet you once we'll take that application and it is relevant. Then we'll have more discussions further. Thank you very much, Varunji, for joining in on Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a great luck. Thanks. Bye.
Over to you, Archana. Okay, Archana, we can invite next brand for today.
Sure. Thank you so much, Varun. Now we invite Mr. Satyam. Hi, now we invite Mr. Satyam Garg, who is from Action Coach, the brand which comes from a coaching vertical. Thank you, Satyam, for sparing time joining us on Bharat Franchise Show. We are delighted to present you on our platform. Over to you, Satyam.
Thank you so much, Archana, for the opportunity. I hope my presentation is on the screen now.
Yeah, it is. You can make it full screen. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, it is done.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, first of all, to join us on a Sunday afternoon. I'm sure, starting a business is something that is on your mind since the start of 2022, and that's what brings you here. But before I move into the presentation, I'll not take much time of yours today. I'll just keep my presentation very short and crisp to about 10 minutes. But the initial 2 minutes is about, if you're looking at starting your business, you need to ask yourself, what is the purpose behind it? As Mr. Gaurav Maria was talking about it right at the start, that, don't get into the business just for the sake of it. Don't imitate anyone. Okay, if your friends, people in your family have started a food store or a grocery store, and just because they are making money, it doesn't mean that you will also be very successful about it. Start earning money is one thing, but eventually, would you enjoy doing that business in the long run or not is the question that you need to ask. Starting a business is very easy, but sustaining the business is very difficult. And you will be able to sustain a business only when you enjoy doing it. When the intentions behind the business is, yes, this is something that defines me. Yes, this is something that fulfills me. Then you will put in all the extra effort that you would need to grow a business. Otherwise, you will lose interest. And that's where, the difference between the cup and the lip always is. People start a business just by seeing the high ROIs, just by seeing what attracts them. But in the long run, this is not something that was meant for them. So this is exactly, what we say. And if you truly know yourself, no one can defeat you. If you will make the right decision while choosing a business, no one can defeat you. Now, the opportunity that I'm going to talk about today is for people who actually want to stand out. Look around, ask yourself, how many business owners do you know in your network? They say to them, they tell you, or they say, my business is not working out well. I need some guidance. I need some support. Now, if that is what you have been hearing all throughout, the opportunity today, what we do is we help such entrepreneurs in helping them growing their business. All the brands that are present today would need a business coach eventually to help them grow further. And that's what we are all about. So if you're looking at becoming a business coach where you can work with business owners, entrepreneurs around your area, help them grow their business, take their business to the next level, this is the profession that you want to be in. Business coaching is booming at this point of time. It's a $11.6 billion industry at a global level. And in the last 2 years, if you see, most of the business have suffered, they have become stagnant. They have, vanished from the market. They need a lot of handholding. They need a lot of support. And this is where you come in. So if you're someone who have years of experience under your belt, if you enjoy helping others, if you have the knowledge and the skill set to support others, help them in their growth journey, then you are at the right place. Action Coach is the world's #1 business coaching organization. We are based out of Las Vegas, United States of America. We are currently present in about 88 plus countries. We have over 1800 plus franchise partners, people who have become coaches with us, and now they are coaching about 30,000 businesses on a weekly basis. That's the kind of magnitude that we work on. And we typically work with the small and medium businesses between a 1 crore to about 100 crore turnover. These are the businesses that we work and we help them scale up. Now, why Action Coach is the #1 business coaching organization is because of the results that we get to our clients. Now, very few people would know that to measure the effectiveness of any franchise-based organization, there is a global score called the Net Promoter Score. Only very few organizations in the world have a Net Promoter Score of 80 and above. And Action Coach is one of them. And we have been in this business for the last 28 years. Now, for being in the business for the last 28 years and being rated as one of the best franchise-based organizations in the world is a big task. And we have been able to achieve that purely because we get results to our clients. Now, 97% of our clients say that, the coach that worked with them has brought a result to their business. So, that's what differentiates us from the market as business coaches. We are not trainers. We are not educators. We are not motivational speakers. We are coaches who will understand what the business problem is, help you diagnose that problem, and take your business to the next level. So we talk about bringing tangible results to our clients. Because we have a a high client satisfaction rate. That's why we have a very high franchise retention rate as well. We've been in India for the last 11 years, and we have over 52 coaches now in India. In these last 11 years, only 2 franchise partners decided to part ways with us. That was also purely because of personal reasons, not because they were not able to make money or, build a profitable business around it. In the last 2 years, where, people say, business owners don't have money, why they will hire a coach, why will they pay for coaching? Let me tell you, we have created 8 stories in the last 1 year where coaches have now started making 8-digit, 9 digits kind of revenues. And don't believe this just because I'm telling you this. When we give you the opportunity to interact with our franchise partners, you can interact with them. So, that's because, since we have the right systems in place, that's why, we have built a foundation where we have created a lot of success stories in the market. Now, the man behind Action Coach, Brad Sugars. Whether you invest in Action Coach today or not, please go and start following Brad Sugars. The kind of insights, the kind of tips that he keeps sharing on social media. Even if you start implementing that in your personal lives, you'll see the growth trajectory that you bring for yourself. He's the man behind Action Coach, the world's #1 business coach, author, entrepreneur, and someone, who always talks about taking businesses to the next level. These are some of our franchise partners in India and Middle East. We have about 52 coaches in India, and they come from diversified backgrounds. We have chartered accountants, we have company secretaries, we have HR professionals, we have marketing professionals, we have ex-CEOs, managing directors of various organizations, some business owners who were earlier being coached by our coaches, and then they loved the concept so much that they decided themselves to become a business coach. So you see, people have come from different parts of life, and they have created a very good business coaching venture for themselves. Now, why Action Coach? If you're looking at becoming a business coach, then Action Coach is the right platform. We just don't train or certify you to become a coach, but we are there with you in the journey as well. We help you get launched in the market. A lot of initial marketing support is provided by us. We teach you on how to get clients, how to go about your sales process, marketing process. All the technology support, right from your website to your coaching platforms, case studies, white papers, everything is provided by us. So if you're new in starting a business, you don't have to worry about creating structures in your business. Everything is there. We will give you everything. Now, how do you as a coach make money? So you offer your services to business owners and they pay you directly. Now, what are the products that you can use? We have one-to-one coaching sessions. We have group coaching sessions. We have quarterly workshops. We have online gaming series, which is more of, learning while you're playing a game. We have book clubs, DVD clubs. So we have multiple products to ensure that you have a tangible revenue stream, and affordability doesn't become a concern. I'm sure when you approach a business owner, they will be a little, skeptical about how coaching can help me. So they will want to start with minimal investment. So, we have a product like a group coaching or a workshop where they can experience coaching. If they see a value add, they can come to one-on-one coaching. So we have multiple products that you can use. Now, how do these products work? Don't worry about it. We have got it covered. What happens in each coaching session, what activities you need to give business owners, how do you market your products? Each and everything is provided by us. All you have to do is believe the Action Coach system, follow the Action Coach system, and implement it. The moment you do that, you will be able to get results for your business and for your client's business as well. So anyone who decides to join the Action Coach community, they undergo a 10-week training program to become a certified coach with us. It starts with 4 weeks of pre-training, which is online, self-paced. Then we have 10 days of live training. You're free to travel to our Vegas office or our Australia office to do the trainings. But currently, given the times that we are in, we have come up with virtual training programs as well. So basis the comfort of the time zone, the US or the Australian time zone, you can select and attend the trainings virtually as well, which is followed by 4 weeks of post-training. Then for the first 1 year, we appoint you we help you work with a master coach. The master coach will help you focus in the right direction, and he'll keep a check of how you are progressing in the business. So there's a lot of hand holding, there's a lot of support that we provide to ensure that we create a success story out of it. Typically in a business like Action Coach, all it takes is about 12 to 14 months with just 2 to 3 clients on board to break even and start making profits. Now look around, how many businesses you will come across where just by having 4 or 5 clients, you will be a profitable business. Doesn't that sound interesting to you? And this is what Action Coach is really all about. You get the freedom to choose the number of hours you want to work for. You get the freedom to choose the number of clients you want to work for. You get the freedom to decide what is the price point going to be. Now, this is called a flexible business. You don't need to invest into any infrastructure. Most of our coaches are working out of their home. So you don't need to set up an office. You don't need to have a lavish team, or, you don't need to invest into a lot of equipment. So the OpEx in your business is very, very low. All you have to do is invest into getting the franchise and paying the training fee. Now, if you're making that investment, and if the Action Coach tool is showing you that, by having that toolkit, in the next 2 to 3 years, you will be at 10x of what you are invested, then why won't it make a business sense to you? Now, since it's a franchise model, there are 2 business models that you can choose from. Either you become an individual coach, you start all by yourself with all the active support that we provide you. As I said, for the first 6-8 months, there's no marketing cost that you need to incur. We cover all that cost. The investments are about 17,50,000 to start an individual license, and the license is valid for 10 years. In case you want to build a scalable business where you can have a team of coaches under you, you get region exclusivity, and there is high revenue potential here, then the investment for that is close to about 47.5 lakhs. And you heard the licenses valid for about 15 years. So what I've told you guys today, is just a brief summary of what the business opportunity is. But since it's a knowledge-based business, until and unless you experience it yourself, you cannot take a call, for which we have a very transparent, very open, no obligation, no commitment process. So what are the tools and resources that we provide you that you will be using to help your client grow their business? See for yourself before even joining the team. Okay. If this makes sense, you think, yes, these are the tools that a business owner needs, I can really use them to effectiveness to make money. If it makes some business sense to you, then have a one-on-one conversation with some of our franchise partners, take feedback from them about how their journey has been, whether they have been able to recover money or not, how difficult it is to get a client, what gets you client, how do you retain a client, any question that comes to you in your mind about the business, have a one-on-one conversation with our franchise partners and take that feedback. After this, if this makes sense, then speak to our global CEO. His name is Vic Schifatelli. He's based out of Australia, been with Action Coach for the past 27 years. A conversation with him can really help you understand what it takes to be a good business coach and why Action Coach can be the right business opportunity. Trust me, if you go through these 3 steps, you will have the information to decide whether you want to move ahead or not. If you decide not to move ahead, we respect that, we let you go. And in case you think this is the making business sense, then we sign up the franchise agreement. We do a small due diligence to ensure that we are getting the right person in the community. And if all goes well, then we sign up, you pay the fee, and we enroll you for the training. The next training is scheduled for the month of Feb, but there is a 1-month pre-training that you need to complete. So in case you're interested, get started with the process to explore the business opportunity, and we'll be more than happy to assist you with any further information that you need. So this is what I had to share with you all today. I'm open to take up any questions or any suggestions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Satyam. I think this is a wonderful opportunity. It's an international company, 88 cities already present. So coaching, just to give some insights also, is not something which you should look for a short term. Coaching is a long-term opportunity. If you have that passion, then only you can become coach. So coaching business is not for everyone. So I think go through again. If anyone who is interested, please reach out to us at our hotline number. What we can do is we'll further evaluate. any city you are, please reach out to us. We have network in 94 cities. So Franchise India will reach out to you wherever you are. Then we will have a one-on-one discussion with you. Let's understand if you are coming from that background and you have a long-term perspective for becoming a coach, because this is not an outlet to start, a food outlet to start, and money will roll in from the day one. So it's a coaching. Coaching would take time. You have to be from the same background and have to have that passion. So I think what we can do, Satyam, we can have one-on-one with you, whosoever is approaching us with their thought process with the same industry in the same coaching field. If someone is looking at, so please reach out to us. We have, as I said, 94 cities network. So our franchise consultant will get in touch with you, and then we will have one-on-one, maybe some 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an opportunity with Satyam directly, where you have some questions, he has some answers, he has some questions, you have some answers. Then we will do the matchmaking, and then we will take it up further. And thank you very much for your time on Sunday as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, Satyana. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Satyam, for joining in today. Thanks. Great day ahead, sir. Now we are presenting the distribution opportunity for all of you, and we invite Mr. Tanmay, who is representing the brand Adrol. Tanmay, thank you so much for joining in today. We are delighted to have you on the platform of Franchise India through Bharat Franchise Show. May I request you to start with the presentation, please?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Archana ji. Thank you, Sanjay ji, for having me.
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome.
So I'm one of the directors for Adrol lubricants. Let me just quickly take you through the presentation. I hope the presentation is online.
It is
Yes.
open. You can go for full screen.
Full
then.
screen.
Yeah.
Just do Control L. That will help you.
So, Adrol lubricants is present in more than 23 states. Yeah. So we are Adrol lubricants. We have more than 51 years of experience from a background of transmission rubber belts and conveyor belts. Now we are in the lubricants and greases industry for more than 20 years. We manufacture more than 350 products for lubricants and greases. We have a partnership with innovation of products. So we are very competitive in lubricants and greases market. We have a very good marketing strategy, operational fit, as well as strategic fit in lubricants and greases. We cater to all. So we cater to two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheelers, light commercial vehicles, as well as heavy commercial vehicles. So just to name a few products in our umbrella, we have engine oils, coolants, gear oils, brake oils, and so forth, and on and on. Now, recently, after more than 30 months of research and development, we have come up with a very unique product, which we are calling it as a hero product or the winner product for the market. This is a first of its kind engine oil, which helps you to save up to 20% of fuel. Yes, it can save up to 20% of your petrol or diesel in your vehicle. And it is a universal engine oil, which can be used in all your vehicles, whether it's two-wheeler, four-wheeler, your light commercial vehicles, heavy commercial vehicles, as well as in tractors. So this is the first of its kind lubricant. The moment you use this Adrol Glide and you change your engine oil with this one, you will experience better engine noise. You will have a better riding and driving experience. You will have better pickup than earlier. you'll have lesser smoke emissions. That means there would be a better environmental portfolio from your vehicle. You will have a better vehicle experience for more than 5 years. So that means your engine life would be extended. And the best part about this is your service period. That means your drain period also increases up to 1.5 times to 2 times, which help consumers to save a lot of money, not only by saving fuel cost, but also saving their service cost. So this is the packaging of our new Adrol glide. As you can see, we are partnered up with Mr. Sonu Sood. So he's one of the brand ambassadors.
I think we have lost the voice in between, so please bear with us. Tanmay is going to back now. Some internet connection problem, I think.
From car petrol, you can save up to 18,000 rupees. From car diesel, you can save up to 9,000 rupees. In tractor, you can save up to 20,000 rupees. Whereas in a truck or bus, you can save up to 1 lakh rupees, which is a huge for any truck user, any bus user, any fleet owner. So this is a lot of money for any fleet owners. Now coming to the partner distributor commercials, we are looking at up to investment up to rupees 10 lakh rupees. Now the best part about this investment is we are giving you complete stock. That means you have in hand tangible asset, tangible inventory. That means we are not taking any distributor fees. We are not charging you for any training fees. We are not charging you for any marketing fees. This complete investment would be towards the stock. For our commodity-based business, we are giving you a good margin. We are giving you a gross margins of 15 to 18%. We are looking at net margins of about 9 to 10%. We have a small requirements. That means a godown space would be required for about 700 to 1,000 square feet, and a small sales team, about 2 to 3 personnel. Now, if we look in a smaller district, we are looking at a minimum sales of 3,000 liters of lubricant. We are expected to see a gross profit from that 3,000 liters is about 1,35,000 rupees in a smaller district I'm talking about. And the expenses are about 73,400 around. And the net profit that you can see is about 61,000 rupees. So the yearly net profit you are looking at is around 7,38,000, which is roughly around 73% of your ROI. In addition to this, we will be also giving you additional turnover discount schemes, as well as we are also giving you additional achievable schemes, which will increase your profitability at the same time. Now, why do you partner up with Adrol? First of all, we are giving you a committed area. That means we are giving you a district. So for Adrol, you would be the primary point of contact in that district. Secondly, we follow a very low expense business model. That means we do not require a lot of space, godown space for stock. We do not require a lot of equipment. We do not require a bigger team. So you can start your business at a very low expenses. That is the best thing about our business and in any distribution channel. And you can have we provide you a better supply chain team. We ensure the product reaches you on time. We provide you with quality products at competitive pricing than our competitors like Castrol, Shell, Mobil, and so on. We have very competitive pricing against them. We follow minimum sales price policy for all our distributors. That means for all our distributors, we have fixed a minimum sales price. So you don't feel any ground end competition from our distributors, existing distributors. Now, Adrol helps you in a number of ways for marketing. We do TV advertisements, we do radio activations in number of cities. We do indoor activations like we give you dealer boards, we give you hoardings, we give you wall painting, we do canopy training. We give attractive retailer schemes to you as well as to the sub distributors which will come under you. We do all sort of training of marketing and advertisement with you. So we have high return on investment. Like I've already told you, we have higher return on investment. It takes less time for our product to develop market because lubricants is a highly demanded product. Especially it is a non-seasonal product which has to be used in entire 12 months of an year. So it takes less time to develop the market. At the same time, we give you very good marketing as well as marketing and advertisement push. Since there is a very skeptical thing about COVID-19 that new businesses should they go with the newer businesses or not, we have seen even in COVID-19 we did not dipped in any of the sectors. In fact we had a better performance in COVID-19, and we have seen sales have increased for vehicles. We have seen more people are using private vehicles rather than public transport. So COVID-19 has not dipped our market. In fact, it has increased our market. So what we help you in marketing, we help you in training support. If you are new to the lubricant industry, we will give you complete practical training at your doorstep. We will give complete practical training to you and your team. We will help you in all the ways, how to understand the market, how to do secondary markets, how to place sub distributors under you. We will help you entirely in that. We will give you sector by sector training for two-wheeler, for four-wheelers, and so on. We have an excellent complaint and suggestion handling. Thank you. Your questions, please.
Thank you, thank you very much, Tanmayji. This is a great opportunity, very low cost, and Adderall as a brand, it's a great brand to join, having a brand ambassador already on board. And further, I think we can take some questions. So since it's a business model, someone is asking for what is the investment. We had discussed it is already 10 lakh rupees an investment, and what kind of support brand is providing. So I think that also we have discussed. Your presentation was self-explanatory, so I think every question we are already getting the answers while your presentation was on. But still, there is one question which we can take. What are the locations you are looking at right now to go for? Are we open for pan India? Because 10 lakh rupees is an opportunity distribution model. A lot of queries which are coming to us asking for distribution model within 10-15 lakh rupees. So what are the locations and areas wherein we are looking for expansion as of now?
So in the phase one, we are looking at expansion in Maharashtra, since we already have a CNF over there. So we could give you better logistic and supply chain over there. In second phase, we are looking at South Indian markets, especially Bangalore. Bangalore would be our second choice for having a super stockist or a CNF over there. Karnataka is our potential market. Telangana, Hyderabad, all these are very high demanding potential markets which have a huge potential in themselves. So these are the second phase that we are looking at South Indian markets right now.
So is this CNF opportunity also available, distribution ship all that way?
Yes, it is available. But firstly, we are trying to develop a distribution channel over there so that the CNF has a better operational as well as strategic fit over there. So since distribution, they would have already distributors under them, CNF would get a better edge as well as better facility to cater them.
Okay, that's very helpful. Okay, great. So thank you very much for your time. So anything last comment from your side to all our investors before they join, because Maharashtra only we are looking at as in terms of expansion. So anything from your side, maybe last word from your side before you sign up?
Yeah. So right now we have a very good product with us. We have very competitive pricing for all our products. We have very good marketing strategy. We do a lot of support we give a lot of support to our distributors, to their channel partners, to their retailers, to their sub distributors. I think we are an all-in-one package for strategic fit, for operational fit, for financial fit, as well as for marketing fit. So we will give you all these things under our distributorship, and we will support you all the way around, because we have good margins for a commodity business. We have good marketing facilities. We have good training facilities with us.
Okay, and where are we present right now overall?
So right now we have more than 200 distributors. There since we give a complete district to one distributor, we have more than 200 districts covered with us. And we are planning to expand this to up to 500 districts this year.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much for your detailed presentation. And we will take one-on-one with you then. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Sanjay
for your
ji.
time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanmay. Thank you so much for joining in today. Stay safe. Thanks.
Thank you.
Now we invite Mr. Aditya, who is from brand GoFuel. GoFuel is India's first licensed fuel enterprise setup. They are already having expansion in 700 districts. Thank you so much, Aditya, for joining in today. May I request you to start with the presentation from your side?
You are on mute. So
You are on mute. You are on mute.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, Franchisee India and Archana and Sanjay for hosting us on this event. And to all the people who've come on the webinar, very happy New Year. I hope 2022 brings us a lot of prosperity and health and happiness. So I hope it's a great year. Last year has been tough. So let me just quickly share my screen to take you on the opportunity. So Go Fuel is for all those aspirants, just like us, when we were growing up. At least I definitely aspired to be all these, the fuel owners, the fuel bunk owners. I used to look at them and wonder if one day we could create a legacy for families and generations together, where the fuel pump can support and provide and become a business legacy. I think that's an aspiration that we had, and for many other people who've had similar aspirations. The reason why it is aspirational is because it is probably the simplest business that anyone can get into, because number one, you don't have to convince anybody to sell or buy diesel. You people need diesel. Simple. It's like one of the basic necessities for any business. It's not complicated like any other commodity or a service that you have to really convince and sell, like an insurance or any other technology or training. Or it's just simple product. Diesel, you use it for your business. So it's not a hard sale. It's a very easy sale. Number one. And number two, it comes from obviously already trusted, reputed, and credible brands in India like HPCL, IOCL, and BPCL, who we are partnered with. So there's no need for you to even talk about or think about the quality of the product. And three, all you have to do is, and the third and the most important thing is that, well, if you talk about business being flexible as one of the key priorities, well, let me tell you this one. This business, once you set it up and set your process for the first probably 3, 4, 5 months maximum, then all you have to do is just maintain it, and you need to spend maybe about an hour or two just to monitor the business, and the business takes care of itself because you set the process. And that's about it. And I'm talking that from experience, where we've set up our own trucks, and right now all I do is spend about 2 hours, probably an hour a day to monitor whether the sales are going on, and that's it. So that gives you so much more time to focus on other stuff, and that's why this opportunity is really special. And who's GoFuel? Yes, we're the first licensed fuel enterprise startup. Currently, we're more than 3 states. We're also moved into Tamil Nadu, Assam, Karnataka. We've also moved into Andhra Pradesh. So basically, currently we're about 12 cities we have signed up. So I think it's going pretty strong, and we're pretty choosy about who we choose as our partners, because we want to be the last mile energy distribution providers. And our plan is to have about 1,000 trucks by 2025. And let me tell you this, that this 1,000 trucks will only cater to about 5% of the overall market opportunity. That's how big the market is, only for delivery of diesel, and we're looking at capturing probably 5% of the market share by 2025. That's how realistic it is. Now, how does it work? It's pretty simple. It's like the Swiggy, Zomato, or Ola of the diesel industry, of the fuel industry, where customers can order through a mobile app or through a call center based on their convenience. And based on that, our interface picks up the orders, and then it goes to the respective franchisee or the driver who's close by. And then based on that, your driver fills up, the tank depending on the number of orders and liters required. And then it shows a geolocation of the customer, and he goes there and delivers it when the customer gives an OTP, and then they deliver it. It's as simple as that. This is a quick snapshot of how it looks like for the customers. They can online order, digital payment, OTP orders. They can pretty much do anything that you can do on a Swiggy, Ola, or a Zomato app. You can pretty much do all of that here as well. And similarly for the drivers, whatever is required for them to do as for delivering the orders, that can be done on the app. Along with their attendance management. So we've also added up a few other modules onto it. Now, apart from these two interfaces that you see on the screen, there is also another interface, which is the franchisee owner interface, which is you will have an app, and that will have a business management module, which is you can pretty much track where your vehicle is, even sitting across the ocean. You can even lock and unlock your vehicle. So there are multiple technology features embedded into it, which makes it a lot more controllable and within your grasp wherever you are, so that you can still continue the business while probably being at a job or probably doing some other business. And once you have, the right setup in place. So I think that's an interesting module where on a daily basis, you can track how many liters, how many orders, what's your commission, where's the truck standing, and so on and so forth. So now, what is the opportunity about? Well, it is a company-owned, franchisee-operated model where we're looking at, even before I take you through all of that, I think what will be exciting is the first thing that comes to mind when you want to get into the fuel business is, yes, the cost. A lot of times there is a myth, or it is a reality, that you have to shell out a lot of money to invest and become a fuel entrepreneur, which is like a petrol bunk owner, along with the land lease. It takes you somewhere around 2.5 crores. But here is an opportunity. Yes, I'm talking about 15 lakh rupees, and that's about it. And you can start off in the fuel business, and God knows tomorrow where you'll get from there. Maybe you'll have a fleet of trucks of your own, managing the entire diesel requirements for your city or for your village or for your town, wherever you are from. So it's just 15 lakh rupees, and that's all. And for that, the beauty is here we are working as partners, wherein the actual truck, along with the 6 KL, it carries 6,000 KL, which is a 6,000 liters tanker fitted onto it with a dispensing unit. It costs somewhere around 28 to 29 lakhs. If we are looking at a flow meter, it costs about 30 plus lakhs. And we will be investing the remaining amount into it. And that's how we become truly partners. And not just that, even on the operational expenses, which covers your driver, the diesel for your own vehicle to run, and parking, and a lot of other parameters, parking and your technology expenses and your other miscellaneous and service expenses, all of this put together, on an average, it takes about 80,000 bucks, or 80,000 rupees per month. Even there, we are willing to be partners, and we're sharing. Let's share the operational cost as well. You can pay a fixed amount of 50,000 rupees per month, and the rest, whatever it is, even if you're driving more kilometers, or even if your operational costs have increased, or there's a particular repair, or there's maintenance, all of that will be taken care. Any additional stuff, all you have to do is just a fixed amount. So that even cuts down your operational costs. So we're not just sharing your expenses on the CapEx investments, but also sharing your expenses on the OpEx investment per month. And now here is where it comes down to, what do you earn for every liter of sale? One of our key concepts of our business owner, proposal is transparency. So I'm going to tell you how it is. So for a mobile dispensing unit like ours, the margin that we get from an IOCL or an HPCL is about 1 rupee 50 paise odd that we have to, that we get. Now, considering that we are sharing the expenses, you get 1 rupee and we get only 50 paise. Though it's about almost a 50-50 sharing of expenses, but still you get the lion's share of the profit, which is 1 rupee per liter of sale you will be getting, and you can sell it at market rate. And this is without any convenience fee. So let's say like the Swiggies or the Zomatos, tomorrow there are customers, and we have our customers in Chennai who we charge convenience fee on top of the market rate, and customers are happy to pay it because it saves them a lot of time, effort, and quality assurance. So that is about the 1 rupee that you're making from us. So on the market rate, you will get 1 rupee, and over and above that, if you charge a convenience fee, that is yours. Not just that, based on your consistent volumes, there is also a performance incentive plan wherein we are most likely to increase your margins, and there is a high possibility of increasing the margins as we move along because of our negotiations with the respective oil marketing companies. And who are we tied up with? We're tied up with all the three, which is HPCL, BPCL, and IOCL, which means that we will allocate one of the three oil marketing companies to you, depending upon where you come from. Now, here's the deal. It's about a 5-year contract that you will have this opportunity for which you're paying. And the ROI is 83.9%. And there is an additional opportunity with a jerry can and a lubricant, which I'll take you through. That's 87.6%. So, and your break even is just over a year, which is about 14.3 months. You get a break even of the investment that you've done, and the rest of the 35 odd months, or 35 or 45 odd months is profit. And these numbers have been arrived at taking a very conservative number of about 4,800 liters of sale per day in the first year, and a nominal 10% increase year on year. And let me tell you, with our experience in Chennai, we're doing on an average about 9,000 liters per truck per day, and apart from that, the beauty is there is a lot of market which is still unexplored and undelivered. So we are looking at more trucks to be introduced in Chennai because we have so many orders that we are not able to deliver because of the time crunch. So that's a small sense of the opportunity. Now, along with the truck, what do you get from us for this investment? You will get the truck and the Bowser. You will get a mobile app subscription for you, your driver, and your customer. Branding, marketing support will be done by us. 15 days before the launch, there'll be a marketing campaign which will be launched, and that will help you in getting leads. And we'll also do a grand launch. There's also a call center. So the entire support you will be getting along with the truck and the leads. And not just that, we also have certain central contracts with clients like Flipkart's, Amazon's, Express Bees Logistics. And in case those guys have their warehouses, or those guys have their diesel requirements in your respective cities, automatically the orders will be passed on to you, and we will get the same commission on those orders as well. So that's pretty much. So net, what do you have to do, boss? All you have to do is that get customers for your diesel and manage your working capital. That is the only thing that you will have to do. Well, not just the diesel, there is another opportunity on the jerry can, which is something which is probably one of its kind, wherein we're talking about smart jerry cans, where yes, the Bowser, you can give it for customers. Okay, first, before I take you through this, let me tell you who is the customer profile. So the customer profile who will buy your diesel, primarily the manufacturing companies, construction companies, the ready-mix concrete plants, schools, hospitals, whoever have these big generators, whoever have these big machines, the JCBs, the ready-mix concrete big drums. So those are your customers who buy diesel in bulk. So that is something, and your Amazons and Flipkarts who have big warehouses. So they are your customers for your bulk diesel. Now, what happens to the jerry can? With the jerry can, what happens is you have these small customers who need 50 liters of oil, diesel a day, 100 liters of oil, diesel a day. So we said, why lose out on these customers? Because small volumes can also amount to a lot of revenue generation. So that's why we have the smart jerry can. Essentially, what it does is that it opens only with the OTP on the mobile app or with the biometric of the customer. So the customer is assured of quantity and quality till it is delivered to him. And it's just like a Swiggy or an Ola where you go and give it to the customers. Like apartments who have smaller generators, maybe they need diesel, or a Kirana store at the corner of your street. There's a line of Kirana stores and everybody has a small generator outside. Maybe they need 20-30 liters every day. So we're looking at catering to them as well. So here you can also charge a convenience fee. And of course, the only additional investment you have to make is in the jerry cans, which is about 40,000 bucks for 10 jerry cans. And in case you don't have a bike, you need to have a bike for delivery. But in case you already have one, you don't need to buy one. And then you'll have to hire one additional delivery boy only for delivering the jerry cans and the fuel expense for that bike. So there's no additional franchisee fee on the jerry can. It is just you buy the material and you go about delivering. And you can fill up your jerry cans with your own Bowser. And so that will enhance that profitability as well. So it's a pretty good opportunity. And now here's something, we just heard something on lubricants. Well, I'd like to place that we've tied up with some of the scroll lubricants. We're also tied up with HPCL lubricants. So depending upon wherever you are, we will allocate these lubricants for you. Similarly, we will give you a 2 lakh worth stock. So we'd like you to invest about 2 lakh rupees and get a complete stock worth 2 lakhs with you. And here there's an advantage that we have, because the customers that we're delivering diesel to, most of them who use engine oils, they're already our customers who have diesel engines. They also need lubricants. They also need, your grease oil and coolant and so on and so forth. So it is just what do you call it, a cross-selling or a value-added selling to them, wherein along with diesel, you're also supplying lubricants. And even when most customers in Chennai are very happy that we're doing this, because they don't have to again spend that extra amount or send a person in an auto or in a truck to go and get their lubricant barrels. And not just that, we've had tied ups in such a way that you don't need to go down. The same guy who's delivering your jerry cans can manage this business. You don't need any separate stock to go down. That will be managed by the respective partner who's working with us, wherein whenever you get any big orders, the stock will directly be delivered from the lubricant supplier to your customer. All you have to do is get orders, and your smaller order quantities will be given to you as samples, so you can put them in your Bowser and you can take it and show it to your customers. And yes, there's about 10 rupees per liter is on an average is the commission up down. So here we're looking at a good ROI of, I think it's about 86.2%. Break even is less than, again, just over a year. So it's a good business. So net, you have a package of a Bowser. Then you have for your bulk diesel orders, you have jerry cans for your smaller diesel orders, and you have your lubricants, where any diesel engine needs all of these lubricants on a very basis for or just a 2 lakh stock investment. So these are the typical 3 models that we have. And why Go Fuel? Well, pretty simple. One is we've got all the statutory licenses. You don't have to get any license once you have a partnership agreement with us. From day one, you can start off. We have a complete mobile ecosystem wherein once the system is set, it's very easy to track and monitor. So you don't have to be worried about any pilferage or theft or any quality adulteration or sorts. And there's a 12/7 call center. We're soon going to expand it to a 24/7 call center. And the fourth point is pretty critical. A lot of times when you have to buy diesel, especially when you get into a fuel entrepreneurship, is you have to go all the way to the depot, the HPCL or BPCL depot, to fill up the fuel, which can be pretty far off from the city or outskirts. And also it takes about 2 hours to get in and come out, or more than that. So that pretty much takes up half or sometimes a full day of full productive day out of hand. So that is why what we've done is we've tied up with all the retail outlet owners across India, and we will ensure that you will get a filling station to fill up your diesel within the city close by, so that you don't spend too much of time in filling it. You can quickly go about your deliveries and maximize your number of trips and orders per day. And the recruitment training of the manpower will be done by us. So you don't have to worry about training them at no additional cost. We will do that. Online marketing and lead generation, completely, whatever we can. Because here, guys, remember, we are partners. We're not just selling something to you and then asking you to go about it yourself. Because as you can see, you are putting 15 lakhs. We are also putting another 15 lakhs into it. So we are equally invested in your business. And the only way both of us earn is through the sale of diesel. So if you sell more, both of us earn more. You get 1 rupee out of every liter, we get 50 paise out of every liter. So it's as simple as that. So it's going to be our interest to give you maximum leads as possible, because the more you sell, the more both of us earn. Apart from that, you will also have a territory manager allocated to you who will support you on business performance and reviews, and see also help you get more orders, right? So that's pretty much why GoFuel is. And most importantly, we believe in transparency, ethics, and loyalty more than revenue. So the more transparent you are, I mean, the more ethical we are, we know that that's the long haul, and that's the attitude and culture of the organization. So just to give you a snapshot of who we are, well, Vinod, he's the founder and CEO, came up with the idea, and all of us, we clung onto it and we started it together. Well, Muthu takes care of the IT, and I take care of the entire business. I'm the chief sales officer and co-founder. The good thing for a few people who might have questions, that should we be from the oil industry or fuel industry? None of the people that you see on this organization chart are from the fuel industry. We are from either the IT industry or the training industry, or we are completely not from the fuel industry, and yet we've been able to get ahead in this business. So it's a good point for all of you who you don't need any experience to get into this business, because it's a very easy, simple sale, and all you need is a quality product and a good system, and we got a business in hand. Well, once you guys are clean, the first step is, of course, please connect with Franchisee India for a one-to-one discussion. And like they mentioned, they're across 92 cities. So anywhere that you have, you can connect with them, and we will have a one-on-one call where we will take you through the numbers in greater detail. We will break down the operational costs and your net profit revenue. And if it sounds good, then we can go ahead and sign off. And from the day of agreement sign off and the final payment takes about 75 to 90 days for us to give you the truck. But from the first day of the truck given to you, you can start your sale. You don't have to wait for any licenses. And there will also be a boot camp that will be done for the franchisee owner on business management, on fuel management, and what are the do's and don'ts. Similarly for the driver and for the helper who will be on the truck. These are some of our customers that you might be interested in. You look at it, most of them, Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, Flipkart, we supply to all their warehouses. Prism RMC, you ready mix concrete plants. They again have a chunk of our business. Bharat is again a RMC. Express Piece is again one of the biggest logistics providers in India. And then we have this corporate buildings like the Casa Grande, Brigade, and SKCL, who are big corporate IT offices. So we provide diesel to them as well. So it's been a mix of customers. And again, guys, what I'm talking about is in the last 1 year, we've done a turnover of close to about, I think, 11 crores since we've started. And it is only with these 8 to 10 customers. And you don't need many customers in this business for you to break even, because typically an RMC plant will give you about 50 to 60,000 liters a month. Typically an Amazon or a Flipkart, one of their warehouses will give you about 30 to 40,000 liters a month. And all you need is 4,800 into 30, that's close to about 1 lakh, 30,000 liters or 1 lakh 40,000 liters a month, which is easily doable with 3 to 5 customers. So the more customers you have, obviously your volume increases. And another beautiful point is this is a fixed cost model, wherein the more revenue you do, your cost does not increase. It remains fixed at 50. So the more volume that you sell, you get more revenue, because the revenue is increasing, whereas the gross revenue is increasing, whereas the costs are not increasing. So your net revenue increases. Well, the media has been kind to us, and they've been following us whatever we do. And yes, we will also have a good media presence in whichever city that we are launching next, and ensure that you get quite a few leads out of the media presence. So that's pretty much it. If you aspire to be in the fuel business, if you aspire to create a legacy, not just for you, but for your family and next generation, if you aspired to be in a business which does not require your entire time, and you want time to do other stuff, and at a pretty low investment with a turnaround or a break even of within about 14, 15 months, then this is it. We've tasted success, and we wanted to partner with like-minded people who want to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aditya. It's a complete detailed presentation you have taken us through. So I think it's a great opportunity with somebody is already writing in the chat box that it's a fantastic opportunity. Absolutely, this is a fantastic opportunity. And now I think I can also repeat that they are giving a browser and the truck also within 15 lakh rupees. Right, Aditya? There is someone who is asking questions.
That's correct.
Is the browser and the truck, because it's unbelievable something that you are giving truck also within the 15 lakh rupees opportunity. So we are repeating, yes, it's a 15 lakh rupees only opportunity wherein you get all the support from the company. They have got the tie-ups with all the giants which are there in the market. Few questions which I'm talking about. There is one question saying after 5 years, who will own the browser? Who will own the truck?
Well, that's two options. One is if you want to continue, we can continue the franchisee partnership beyond 5 years. Well, if you decide to part ways, then the truck will be owned by GoFuel.
GoFuel. That's the right. So someone is asking why we are not opening outlets rather than going door to door. So that's what I think the aim is, to provide at the doorstep. So if there is any outlet to open, then there are already pumps around. So the idea is to reach out to them, to their doorstep, and so that they cannot go to there, they don't have time, and we are reaching out to them rather than they reach out to us. Anything from your side? Yeah.
It's the same simple concept like why a Swiggy and a Zomato are so successful today in having restaurants. So it's all about convenience. It's about conveniently giving them the product that they want at a place that they want, with no extra cost. That's the objective. But yes, to answer your question, I have actually one of my customers in a very rural, or one of my franchisee partners in a rural area, where what he's done is he has a small compounded place for himself because there is no diesel pump somewhere close by. So in a compounded area, he just parks his vehicle, and he has all these heavy machinery and tractors. They come and fill it up inside the compound. So yes, he's doing it at a stationary place. So it depends on where you're from.
Very helpful. And there was one question who's asking why, how can you compete with EV market? So I think there is nothing to do with the EV market. This is where we are not looking for vehicles, for diesel for vehicles. This is diesel for institutions, for large segment companies who have got a bigger volume to consume. So that's what we are talking about, to reach out to them at their doorstep to deliver. I think that sums up all the answers and questions. And further, we at Franchise India, as you have also repeated, we have 94 cities today network. Please reach out to us. We'll connect you with our local franchise consultants, and then they will take it up further your questions and query with the brand owner directly. With Aditya is always available. Great support from his side. Also, we can take it to the right applications and have a one-on-one discussions with you. So thank you very much, Aditya, for your time as well on Sunday. You have come to showcase this opportunity on this platform, Bharat Franchise Show. That was the agenda. That was the aim, that on Sunday we can also give opportunities to all our investors who are looking at without going anywhere. Digitally, we are exploring these opportunities, and on Sundays, 6 to 8 opportunities we are presenting to all our investor community. So thank you very much for your time as well.
Thank you, Sanjay. I think it's a brilliant plan to have the Bharat Franchisee Show, and I think the success of the show speaks for itself. I think you guys have been running it from a long time, and it's been pretty successful. And I can see the number of people joining it with all honesty. So all the best, and I hope you host many such shows, and I hope you help many of businesses like us to find the right partners, and many aspirants to find the right business. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thanks once again. And before I invite Archana to have the last, I think this is the last brand which we are presenting. So I would like to add something, Franchise India, as we discussed, we have got 94 cities today, the network. We have very, very top class experienced franchise consultants who have joined hands with Franchise India as a partner. So we are also looking forward for few cities which are open right now. If anyone who is interested to become Franchise India partner, we are more than happy to evaluate that profile. And further, we will have question answers. And in case there is anyone who is ready for the consulting business to start his own consulting practice, Franchise India is also opening up some cities, and we will evaluate one-on-one with this. So reach out to our hotline number. So we will flash the hotline number in your chat box. So please reach out to us, share with us your city name with your profile, and we will reach out to you and to explore more further. Thank you very much. Over to you, Archana.
So thank you so much, Aditya, for joining in today. Thank you so much, Sanjay, hosting this webinar. Yes, rightly said by Sanjay, we are available in 80 plus cities. However, in case you are interested in any of the business opportunity we represented today, or 1,000 plus business opportunities we are providing, please connect with us at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. In case you wish to write an email to us, please use feedback@franchiseindia.in as an email address to send your query. Also connect with us at a different social handles. We are available at Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. To understand the different kind of the association with Franchise India, different business opportunities, franchise options we give, please join Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs. And tomorrow, under our business opportunity with Chai, 12 p.m. prime time national webinar, we are inviting for F&B brand. London Yard Pizza is the brand we are representing tomorrow. It's India's fastest pizza chain. Why it's fastest? To understand it, please join us tomorrow by doing registration. Registration can be done by joining us at the Facebook page or connect with us at our business hotline number. Thank you once again for joining in today. Have a very safe day ahead. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.